5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, fellow YouTubers. I'm out off for another adventure with me dog, and today's journey is going to take us back towards Kielder Forest, and I'm going to be walking along the Lewis Burn again, along a little hidden track, and it takes you to a camping site called Geordie's campsite. It's the only official campsite in Kielder Forest, so I'm going back there, and I'm going to be parking up on Bloodybush Road and following Lewis Burn along, and then I'll be parking up on the road and going along this little hidden track and just following the burn all the way along. And this time I'm going to go past the campsite and continue a little bit further along the burn, and go around to past where I got to last time, because it was starting to get a bit naughty for me and the dog, and I had to cross over a big gouge in the landscape where it was a bit going to be hard on the dog's paw, so I didn't go any further. But today's journey is going to take us back to where I got to, and I'm going to try and push on a little bit further and follow the burn a little bit further up along the valley. So today's date is Sunday the 7th of August 2022. God blimey, we're into August already, man. The year's just disappearing very, very quick. Right, so without further ado, jump back in the car and drive along past the Nook shops here, along Prince Edward Road, and then onto the John Reed Road, and then start heading towards the A1 past the Metro Centre, then turn left onto the A69. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, it's 6:37 AM in the morning, and I'm on the A68, just about to turn left to go towards Bellingham, and I always take this turn off instead of the official one to go towards Kielder Forest. So this way takes you over at Reeddale Bridge and then into Bellingham, and then turn left and start heading towards Kielder. But to get here, what I've done is I've come along the A1 as usual, past the Metro Centre, turned left onto the A69, came along the A69, and then took the right turn onto the A68, which I'm on now. And then I always get to this point here where I turn left at the crossroads. So whenever you see the big wind turbines, you know you're getting close to your left turn, which is just ahead there, about 500 yards. And then it's just like a little country road, past a couple of farms, a couple of S-bends, and then you drop down into Bellingham village itself. Then you get to the T-junction at the far end of it, and then turn left. And then you come to the junction where you can bend round, go to the left over a stone bridge, but you go straight over, and then just continue towards Kielder Forest. So it looks like it's going to be a nice day anyway. It's there's a slight breeze. It's dry at the moment. There has been a little tiny bit of drizzle on my windscreen driving along, but it's on off, so I don't think it's going to be continuous today, hopefully anyway. But what a beautiful sight. Right, so without further ado, I'll continue with my journey, go towards Kielder Forest via Bellingham. Right, so bye for now. I've arrived at Bloodybush Road from Kielder Forest, and I'm just driving past both gates to get into the Lewis Burn car park here, but they're both shut for some reason or other. I've just drove past the first one where you drop down the hill to take you to the main car parking area around that right hand bend there where the trees are, but you can't get in because the wooden gates close on the first access into it. And I've just come to the exit, and the access gate is closed here as well. It's 7:12 AM in the morning, and I've drove 59.5 miles from South Shields to here. So what I'm going to have to do is just drive a little bit further on up along Bloodybush Road here, and then there's a lay-by on the right hand side where I parked last time, and I'm just going to turn the car around and park in the lay-by, and then do my little walk to find this little hidden track that I walked up last time that I was here. I just stopped obviously here to let the dog out because I can't get in the car park where I'm off the road. It would have been safer to let the dog out there, but this will do because there's a big lay-by. I can pull off the main track here just to let him out the car for a quick wee. He seems to be a little bit better this morning because he's been down again as usual and feeling poorly. He hasn't been eating for days. He's lost a bit of weight there on the back end, but I think I found out the reason why I collect rainwater and boil it up and drink it and make me teas and coffees and breakfast in the morning porridge with rainwater boiled up instead of tap water, because obviously there's no shit in the rainwater. But having said that, I found out that there is, when it's been raining, you catch the water in buckets, and when you look in the water you can see tiny little parasites that are like little tiny worms bending backwards and forwards and swimming about in the water, and they live through all kinds. So I think what's been happening is he's been drinking the rainwater out of a bucket that I collected and put it in for a drink for him, and obviously these parasites are getting into his stomach, and that's what's been making him go to the toilet and can't control his pees. So I'm hoping that I've stopped giving him the rainwater now and just boil up tap water, and see if this will clear his water tract and see if he's going to feel a lot better. I got him to eat for the first time yesterday. He actually ate his dinner, so that's a good sign. He's on the mend. Right, so without further ado, I'm going to jump back in the car and drive another, say, half a mile. And like I say, there's a big lay-by on the right hand side. I'm just going to be turning around at the track there, do a 3-point turn, and then face the car back this way along Bloodybush Road, going back towards Kielder FOREST, Kielder Water. Right, so without further ado, I'll get the dog back in the back of the car and go to me parking destination, and then set up my time-lapse camera pointing this direction back along this road here. But the car park there is quite a nice car park, because you're right next to Lewis Burn, which is just down here to the left of this tree line. It's not running really fast at the moment. You can see all the boulders in the embankments because it hasn't been raining for a few days. But the Lewis Burn goes right past the car park, so it's quite a nice place to park. But I don't know why the gates are shut, because one, it's a Sunday, two, it's very early hours of the morning, so there's hardly any traffic around, and there's no tree felling going on in this section, so I can't understand why the gates are shut. Right, so I'll shut the car up, get the dog back in, and drive further on to my location, and I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, it's 7:22 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, and I'm in Kielder FOREST, Kielder Water, and I'm going to be going further along the road there to, there's two cottages called the Forks, and I'm going to be going along a hidden track where it's just a very small, unused farmer's quad bike track type thing, and it follows Lewis Burn along, and it takes you to Geordie's campsite where you can do a camp, and it's the official campsite for Kielder, where you're officially allowed to go and camp there. So I've parked the car in the same place as I did last time when I came along here, and as you can see I've drove right off the track, so there's plenty room, cars can get past us, and I always put it on video where I've parked the car, so if there's any damage to my car I can show that it's well off the road. So I'll lock up the car, set up my time-lapse camera pointing back the way I've came along Bloodybush Road here from Kielder, and I'm going to be going along, like I say, towards the two cottages at the end of this road here, where just before you go over the stone bridge. Right, so I'll stop recording, take a picture of the car where it's parked, and set up my time-lapse cameras before I set off on my journey, and then start recording the journey with my GoPro 9 when I get the batteries in and that, and get it set up. Right, so without further ado, I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, it's 7:35 AM in the morning. I've just locked up the car, set up my time-lapse camera in the dashboard there as usual. I've dropped my windows down slightly to let the heat out the car so that the camera doesn't overheat and switch off, which has happened sometimes in the past when the sun gets out and gets red hot and the car becomes like a greenhouse. So that's car locked up, and now I'm just going to be walking a quarter of a mile along the road here towards the Forks, which is the two cottages on the far end on the right hand side just before you hit the bridge, and I'll be going along my little hidden track and following Lewis Burn along. Right, so without further ado, it's about 7:20 in the morning now, I think, like I say. It's Sunday the 7th of August 2022, and I've done 60.1 miles from South Shields to here after turning around. So I know exactly how far I've got to go home when I start setting off to go back home. So you can see they've chopped quite a few trees down on the opposite side of Lewis Burn there. Of all times, it's starting to bloody spit with rain as well. You've got blue skies up there. Oh, there's a bit of a chemtrails aeroplane going across and all. It's the first one I've seen this morning. To be honest, I thought it had all stopped now, but obviously it hasn't, because there's another one going across from left to right. You can see where it's just fizzling out over there where there's a gap in the clouds, and then it's going to full spray to the right there. Right, so without further ado, I'm onwards and onwards with the journey up there. So I'll bring you back when I get further along the track, and I'll be taking some photographs going along the Lewis Burn as usual. Bye for now. It's 10:51 AM in the morning. It's this Sunday morning, the 7th of August 2022. I've come back to the car from my little walk along Lewis Burn. I've turned the car around, drove over the stone bridge and took the first left, and I've just drove along the road about 3 miles, 2-3 miles, and you come to this remote farm cottage down on the left, and you cross over the burn just down here where that wooden bridge is, the supports. So I just wanted to come along here and see how big the burn is when it gets as far as up this to this farmhouse. And if you drive further on, it drops you down to another burn where there's a bridge across that one as well. But I just wanted to come and see where this brings you out, the road to come to the top end of Lewis Burn, where this little bridge is at the bottom there, where you see the wooden railings. So it looks like there's a bit of a pulling place just past the bridge. So I'll just go along there. I'll go further along the road and drop down to where the next burn is and see what the countryside and what's on offer in the area, because I've never been this far over before. So I'm just putting it on video, and I'll take a couple of pictures of the cottage now. I've drove a little bit further along the road from that farm cottage that I've just stopped and took pictures of at the bridge, crossing over the Lewis Burn at the top end, and I've drove past that, came along the road. And what I've seen on the maps, if you come down, you cross a bridge at the bottom of the road where you come further along, and you cross over another bit of a burn, which is this one here. I've forgotten the name of it though. I've seen it on the maps, but I've forgotten what the name of it is now. So I've just pulled in this bit of a turnaround point in the old track, so I can turn around, go back the way where I've just came from, and head back towards the Forks cottages on Bloodybush Road. But I just wanted to come down and see this burn and where the bridge goes over the top of it, if it's any good as well. And there's a bird hide just around the corner here, white bird hide, that I've just seen coming down the road. Right, so the bird hide is just here, look, as you go around this left bend. So I'm just leaving the car there running, charging up the battery. I might record the drive out here actually. Oh, there's 3 bird boxes on the side of it and all, and there's a wooden ladder that you climb up to get into the top of it there. That's somewhere to get out the rain or snow. If you come up here and you get stuck. So like the bird boxes or bat boxes on the edge of it there. Right, so stop and take a picture of it. Okay, that's this little area explored, and I just wanted to come down the second bridge. We are seeing on the maps there was a bit of a burn going underneath the second bridge, and this is it. And I've just seen a little frog jumping there. Right, so I'll just come down here a little bit so I can point my camera underneath the bridge. You just see the white water rapids coming underneath it. It's just like a concrete bridge across the burn here. So this one will be quite substantial now when it's been pissing down the rain. This will fill up quite well and run quite fast. Right. Right, so that's that side. And I'll go a little bit along this one and point my camera on this side as well. If I can get along through the bloody nettles and prickles. So basically I've come along that top road there, the tree line. I've come round the bend, left bend, dropped down to that farm cottage I've just passed, continued along the road and come to where I've seen that bird hide there, and then I've seen this bridge, so I've stopped there so I can put it on video. So I now have a visual picture of the area, this burn coming all the way down here, and you could probably drive along that old track there and go right along parallel to it. But that's what I do, that's why I come and do my bit of exploratory, so you know where you can come down to and get next to water and campsites and stuff like that, where you're way out the way of everybody, and just find nice spots where it's nice and quiet and you're less likely to be bothered by anybody. Right, back to the car, and I'm going to drive back up the road there, past the cottage, up the hill, bend round the right and drive right back along that top tree line there and go back down to Bloodybush Road and start heading back. Right, so it's been a lovely outing. So I'll have to have a look at the maps and see where that track there goes, because it's going up along parallel to this burn. So when I get home I'll have a look at the maps again, see the name of it, and then see how far it goes up into the forestry there. So possibly another camping area higher up there next to your water source. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now.